Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to go ahead and do a follow-up on this rifle that I did a review on about a month and a half ago. Since then, I've been out in the field for about a month and a half playing with this thing, and I figured it'd be a perfect time, perfect opportunity to go ahead and follow up on a lot of the things that I found were awesome with this, and some things that I had discovered were not so awesome about it. So let's go ahead and go get into it. Okay, so here's one of the biggest things that I've discovered with this is the magazines. Okay, so the valves that they have in here, for whatever reason, are not that great. The O-rings, you go to fill them up, probably after about 10, 11 cycles of filling them up, the O-rings gotta start coming out. So what I did end up doing was I bought some new O-rings. I think I got the Moondog O-rings from E-Bike. That still didn't fix the problem. So when I took them apart, I discovered it was actually the internal workings of the valve. Now, I'm a little rough on my gear, but when I'm filling the magazines up, I'm not being super rough on them. I'm doing them how you're supposed to do it. I'm just, straight up and down, charge it up, you're good to go. But they start failing over time. And I'm not sure 100% what it is. I think it's because it's not seating all the way up. I've even tried expanding the spring to put more pressure on the valve, and it's still leaking. So I'm gonna have to order some more valves and play with that and see if those end up fixing it. But it is a very, very, very annoying thing when you can't even get a full charge out of your mag because of something simple like that. So I just wanted to go ahead and bring that to attention. Now, the second thing that I've found with this is when you have your gun cycling, there's a feed ramp in here. Now, about 2 times, 3 times throughout the whole day when I'm playing, for whatever reason, this likes to jam. So you get 2 BBs in there, it's double feed, and they go side by side and they jam up in the chamber. That will really affect your gameplay because now you have to carry a jamming rod with you out in the field to unjam that. If you don't have one, you're screwed. You got to wait till the next round, fix your gun before the next one, you're good to go back in the game. So it is something that does happen, not extremely often, but often enough to be annoying. Now, I had a point in time where when I was shooting this, it was actually going straight down towards the ground, almost like a reverse hop up. And I couldn't figure out what it was for hours and hours and hours. I was adjusting my hop up, trying to get this all fixed, and it was just nothing was doing anything at all to correct the BBs literally taking a dive bomb down towards the earth. It was almost like I was shooting javelin missiles at these people. I was having to shoot up in the air and then come down and hit them from the top. So you shouldn't have to do that, especially with a $400 gun. Now, what I found what the problem was, and it's actually pretty simple, was, I just mentioned those jams. When you have 2 BBs jamming there, well, sometimes you can have something that when it jams, it'll break one of the BBs. When that happens, sometimes you can get a piece of the BB lodged underneath the rubber seal underneath the chamber. So now when you're shooting BBs through the gun, it's creating downspin. So when you shoot it, it's actually going towards the ground. So I found that, I cleared it out, I cleaned it up, I went out, tested it again, totally fixed the problem. So if you have this gun and you're having issues with the BBs hitting straight towards the ground, that's more than likely your issue. So make sure you take a good look up inside the chamber, make sure there's nothing lodged in there. If there is, dislodge it, and you should be good to go. Now, if I can get this to separate, there we go. These things are always hard to get off, even though it's broken in. Dropping stuff all over the floor now. Okay, there we go. Now, there's not a whole lot of wear and tear on this bolt. You can see on the bottom where the roller bearing is going across. You see a little bit of usual wear, but nothing major. So that's an awesome, awesome, awesome thing. Usually, I mean, you're going to get wear in your bolt and inside the gun, and that's normal. What you don't want is abnormal wear. If you look inside of here, You can see wearing on the sides, about, you know, along right here. It's going to happen. There's no way to avoid it. That's kind of a natural cycle of these things. Just like any real gun, it's going to do the same exact thing. So there's no unusual abnormal wear, which I'm super happy about. And that also goes back to maintaining your guns. Make sure you keep them clean after every single time you go out to go play. So when you go out play for a whole day, you come home, clean your gun, then put it away. Make a habit of doing that, and your guns will last you a long time. Now, the rest of this is holding up very well. There's no major scratches. There's no a lot of unusual wear on the outside. It's pretty normal. I mean, I do have some scratches here from the 1-point harness. I don't care. I'm having fun with this thing. So a little bit of wear is going to happen. You can't go out to the field trying to keep your gun completely pretty, scratch proof. If you've seen these vets that go out overseas and you look at their guns, you'll see what a battle worn gun is. They're pretty beat up. So this thing's holding up extremely well, especially in how I've been treating it. I throw it on the table, I take it out, I doing CQB, I'll bang it on walls and stuff, not intentionally, but you know, it's gonna happen. And it doesn't have any major issues. Now, then again, like I said in the review, there's these screws. For whatever reason, I've even put Loctite on these things. For whatever reason, they still want to slowly back out. That's kind of annoying, because if you lose this out in the field, you're never going to find that screw. It's so freaking tiny. If it's gone, it's gone. I have one missing that's been missing since I got this thing. And to this day, I've never been able to find it. And I lost this, you know, in the area where I work. So, just something to kind of mention. I will be upgrading the stock, though. The stock's a little wobbly. Think about getting a Magpul stock. I don't have a whole lot of complaints with it because it does work great. It does feel great. It's just got that wobble. It's the only thing. So other than that, this thing is pretty much good to go. I might actually also be getting a Type Warp barrel. We'll see. We'll see how things work, how things pan out. I'm thinking about buying a backup rifle so that way I can have two weapons when I'm out in the field to go ahead and play with. But overall, if you're looking to get this, it's still a great gun. I mean, the issues that it has are I like to think that for every problem, there's always a solution. So as long as you're willing to find that solution, you know, you can achieve that goal. So I'm going to fix some problems with this, and hopefully I can make an even more solid day-to-day player. So now what I'm going to be doing, I'm sure you saw on one of my videos, I picked up a Wii G17. Just got this. I haven't got a whole lot of use in with it, maybe 2 games. So we'll come back to that in about 30 days once I get some field work or field done to it. Now you guys have seen this, my Elite Force 1911. I beat the crap out of this thing too. I mean, look at this thing. There's wear all over this. And this thing's held up extremely well. I love this gun. The recoil on this is amazing. When you're firing this gun, it does have quite a bit of recoil. I have a couple of videos I've been watching where I was shooting someone with this, and it's just all over the place trying to keep aim on there because the recoil is so great on it. The only downside is it's CO2 and it only holds 14 rounds versus this holds 24 rounds, and I can load it up with green gas. So it's a lot more convenient for me. That was the whole reason on getting a different pistol, so I can have different things I can play with out in different areas. If I want to take the 1911 out, I can. If I want to take the Wii G17, I can. Take out my primary. So we'll come back to the 1911 on another video. I just mainly wanted to come back and follow up with this because I got to make sure that the word gets out with the issues these things are having. And we'll get them fixed. And when I do get them fixed, I will put a video up so you guys can see that. So, anyways, like always, if you like my video, subscribe, hit a like, go ahead and put something in the comments. If you want me to review a specific item or look at something, please, please, please put it in the comments. I really want to get some stuff rolling out there so that I'm tailoring to you guys, not just getting what I want and reviewing what I like. So, I want to go ahead and get the ball rolling on that.